Okay, this is just the weirdest piece of garbage that's ever been thrown out in front of my house here in South Minneapolis. And I'm kind of a city kid. I grew up in a near-end, very poor suburb right across the line from North Minneapolis over there. And I've lived in North Minneapolis, I've lived in South Minneapolis, but I've lived where I currently live in the Powderhorn Park neighborhood here on Bloomington Avenue in South Minneapolis for, oh gosh, 23 years, I think, in this area, and another 6 years over on Colfax in the uptown area before that. So I've been a South Minneapolis denizen for a long time. And when you live in the city as I do, and I live a block and a half off Lake Street, so if you know South Minneapolis, you know that Lake Street is a major drag through South Minneapolis, and this is definitely an urban neighborhood. And if you live in the city, you get garbage in your yard. I mean, sometimes it's thrown by people, sometimes it's blown by the wind, sometimes you have no idea where it came from. Did it fall off a truck? You don't know. I've gotten some weird garbage over the years. I've buried or thrown in the trash all sorts of dead animals, dead birds, dead squirrels, a dead rabbit one time. A couple of times I've had to pick up a dead cat. Unfortunately, I've never had to pick up a dead dog. It's bad enough that I was the undertaker who had to bury my childhood dog pets because there was no man in the house by the time some of them died. My parents got divorced, broken home. Anyhow, off on a tangent, but I picked up every kind of dead animal. I picked up food, every kind of food wrapper, every kind of drink container, from juice boxes to whiskey bottles and everything else. I picked up game pieces and just, you know, used condoms, a syringe, cigarette butts, cigar butts, you name it. Really, I've seen it. But this takes the cake. I was in my house, or not, walking up on my house from my car, parked in front of my house, and I saw a bus transfer, and I bent over to pick up the bus transfer, because I like to keep the trash out of my yard. And I saw this thing that looked like a book. And I'm just going to reach over here and get this thing. I'm going to hold it up. It kind of looks like a book. Then when I got closer, I saw that it was a carry case with a very pristine, clean carrying case. And I opened this up, a little Velcro pouch in here. And try and get this where you can see it. Pull this baby out. And what do I have here? Is I have a brand new, I mean pristine, mint condition owner's manual for a 2008 Chevy Impala. 2008 Chevy Impala, and it's in a carrying case that looks like it's never been touched by a speck of dirt. This is like, even though this is from 2008, this is like factory fresh carrying case. It's not dirty at all. And it's like an owner's manual here that has never even been thumbed through. The pages are beginning to yellow from age because it's cheap paper, but it's apparently because of it was kept in a glove box for many years, because you can tell by the way the paper is aging that it's been exposed to the weather. But yeah, but I don't believe this has ever been thumbed through or looked at all. It's in pristine condition other than the aging of the paper from the weather. And it's in its own little carrying pouch. So how did this thing get in my yard without getting dirty? And I only have one hypothetical scenario, and here it is. Somebody buys a 2008 Chevy Impala. This thing has been sitting in the glove box ever since the original owner, but somebody buys this Chevy Impala as a used car. And this thing is in the glove box, and every time they reach into the glove box, they're like reaching around this thing. It's like they want to get out their sunglasses, they want to get out their cell phone or something, and they're reaching in there, and they have to always reach around this thing, which is always in the way. So my theory is this guy is driving down my street yesterday and is reaching into his glove box trying to find something that he put in there, and this thing is once again in the way, and he says, "God damn it, I'm sick of this thing being in the way," and he rolls down the window and throws the motherfucker out the window. That's my only theory. Because this thing is in pristine condition, it's not even dirty. So I think the only way it could get in the middle of my front yard, which is a very short front yard, the way city houses are, I think the only way this pristine thing gets in the middle of my front yard is if somebody chucks it in anger out the window of their car, if it goes directly from the glove box to my yard. Otherwise, I don't see how this is not filthy. because if it had been kicked down the street at all, it would be filthy. City streets, you know. So yeah, pristine in a wrapper, Velcro closing wrapper with with whatever. It's a pristine in a pristine wrapper, never read owner's manual for a 2008 Chevy Impala, original. Strangest piece of garbage I think that I've ever got in my yard, but there you have it. Somewhere someone's happy to be rid of it, I think, and they'll probably get back home and days later their wife will say, whatever happened to the owner's manual that was in the glove box? And will he admit that he chucked it out the window? Probably just say, I don't know, honey, maybe someone stole it. Weird piece of garbage. Anyways, talk more at you later.